course, the major concern is human loss. I mean, do you know if there were many people in the building?
Oh, another one just hit. Something else just hit. A very large plane just flew directly over my building, and there's been another collision. Can you see it? I can see it on the shot.
Oh my.
Something else has just, and
We
that
just
looks
saw
like
a
a
plane circling the
747.
building.
My first day in the field was 9/11. It's a heck of a way to start, that's for sure. And I remember, you know, as I was down here, a lot of the firefighters that were already on the job that I met, they would just let me know that this isn't the job. But the truth is, they didn't have to say that, because unlike so many other people around the world, I was here and I was helping. I wasn't doing a whole lot. I was brand new, right out of the academy. I was a rookie. But I remember feeling, this is where I want to be.
Can you remember what the day was like when you turned up to work and the moment where suddenly you guys were called into action?
I was home. I was home in Brooklyn, but it was in Greenpoint. It's right on the water. So I walked out and I saw people on the corner looking over at Manhattan. And I said to myself, well, there must be a fire in Manhattan. So I looked and I saw one of the towers burning. I didn't realize a plane had hit it. I went and got my breakfast. I came back and the second tower was burning. And that's when I immediately called work and said, okay, what do I do? And they said, grab your gear, you know, you're out in the field. I reacted. I went right to Ladder 119, which was in my neighborhood, and they put me on a bus with a boss and sent us over. And I'll never forget getting off the bus, because it was a beautiful sunny September day when I boarded that bus. When I got off, it was snowing. And obviously not literally, but you know, the cement dust and the particles, the paper was just in the air, and it's hard to explain, but that's what it was like. And you just knew right away you were in a war zone. You know, that's what it felt like.
What can we learn from that moment as human beings around the world?
Even in the face of that tragedy, the firefighters and the FDNY and the people of New York City, the people all over the world, wanted to help, wanted to do something. The last thing anybody wanted to do was back away and you know, move away from it. Everybody wanted to be there and to help. And I think that was a great lesson, to see, you know, how many people really the way they responded to it on that day.
And you've since then have now risen to being the captain, to go along that journey, to lead people into the fire. What have you learned about humanity?
You know, I've learned that, especially becoming an officer, is that the men and women really want to be led. They want a leader. They want somebody there to say, follow me, I got you. When I became an officer, I knew it and I realized it, you know, because when we would go to a fire and I'd have my men, I would turn around and I could see it in their eyes that they wanted leadership, you know. And I think any one of us can be a leader, you know, and it's like anything else, just, you know, you step up and do it. It's within all of us.
What has fire taught you?
When we go to a fire, it can be, we could walk into a room and there can be a slight odor. There doesn't necessarily have to be a smoke condition. Seconds later, you could be banked down and it could be hot, and a ceiling could blow down on you if the fire is in the ceiling. So I think it has certainly taught me to never underestimate anything.
What's driving you?
I'm lucky in the sense that my job helps people. So I'm ambitious. You know, in 16 years, I've risen to captain. Might go farther, but I just want to make the most of every day.
Have you got a final message for kids on the other side of the camera?
The fire department, for me, has been incredibly fulfilling. And, you know, every day, like I mentioned, getting someone out of a stuck elevator or a car accident, it's not always fires, but it seems like every tour we do something to help people. And it really is a great feeling at the end of the day. And I would say my message would be, you can't really put a price tag on that feeling, on really truly enjoy going to work and being really happy and content about what you did, you know, that day.
Terry, thank you for joining us on AMTV, brother. Good on you. See you guys. Enjoy yourselves.